problem, or how do you establish the general problem that people have?
The knives that they have.
Yeah.
That,
Yeah, you just talk about regular knives that are out there that aren't so good, okay? You talk about, in general, these are the world's most expensive knives, okay? They last about 1 to 3 years. Now, what's the specific, or the third step to sale is establish a specific problem. Now, what's the specific problem?
That they're unsanitary, and you have to continuously buy them.
Okay, well, what makes it specific to them? How do you make it specific to their problem in the kitchen?
You end up
What do
showing
you have-
it to them.
Okay, what do you have them go grab?
Their own.
their
Their
They grab
favorite
their
ones.
knives, their favorite knives, and then they see what's wrong with their knives. Okay, what's the next step to a sale? Offer a solution, which is Cutco. How convenient, right? So the best stuff that's out there, they never have to buy knives again. Okay, and plus it has better materials. What's the next step to a sale?
comparatively.
Compare prices. So you guys are going to get, in just a little bit, we're going to give you, you guys are going to get a price comparison sheet, which just goes through our number 1 and number 2 competitors. Okay, so we compare our prices to our number 1 competitor knives. Okay, we compare it to new stuff. We don't really use this one at all in your demos. But why do you think we compare it to our competitors?
Because it's about as close as anyone's going to get to Cutco products.
Yeah, it's the best quality that's out there besides Cutco. You're basically saying if there's no such thing as Cutco, you should buy this, and you build up the value of the competitor. Now, we don't compare it to stuff like this. We don't compare our prices to stuff like that because it's not the same type of quality. All right, so what's the next step to a sale?
A reason to buy now.
Give them a reason to buy now. Okay, so we have something called the first call special, where if they buy a set that day, if they buy the homemaker from you, they get their choice of either the kitchen tools for free or the super shears for free. Isn't that cool? So if they buy a homemaker set, they get either the shears or kitchen tools for free. Isn't that awesome? So my mom and dad's friends, Mr. and Mrs. Beagle. I remember when I first was about to go see them, my mom's like, they're not going to buy anything. They're cheap. They're not going to, they're not going to spend the money. And as soon as I cut the penny at the beginning of the demo, Mr. Beagle's like, oh, how much are those? Right? He was obsessed with the scissors. Now, you don't tell them the price, okay? Now, you guys have noticed I haven't told you the price yet. Hayden hasn't told you the price yet, right? Because we're doing like a big, long demo. Our demo's like 3 days. Yours is like an hour, okay? But because we got to build the value, right? So you guys are excited about the price. So with Mr. Beagle, and this is something that you guys will do too. If somebody asks you the price before you get to it, you want to say, I'll get to that in just a couple minutes. I just have to show you some other stuff first. All right, so he was like, okay, and he just held on to the scissors. But then at the end, when I said, if you get this set today, you can get the kitchen tools or shears for free, he's like, are you serious? Yes, let's do it. He was so excited. So he's my first homemaker sale. But anyway, so you can get one of those for free. And why do you think we want to get them? Why do you think we want them to get Cutco the day that you see them? Why do you think you want to get a sale that day?
Because if they procrastinate, they're going to continue to procrastinate and just not do it.
Yeah, have you guys ever heard of out of sight, out of mind?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if they don't buy that day, they probably won't buy it all later, okay, because out of sight, out of mind. But I have never had somebody buy Cutco and tell me it wasn't worth the money, okay? So once they get it, they're like really glad that they did. All right, so obviously we want to get it to them that day. And then the last step to the sale is what?
Make an offer.
Ask for an offer.
Ask for the order, okay? So you want to ask for the order, and after where it says ask for the order, you guys want to write down with confidence. All right, so ask for the order with confidence. All right. So basically, don't be a wimp. I was a big wimp when I started doing this, okay? I would ask for the order like this. I'm not kidding. I'm like, so did you want to get that today? And I looked scared and I was like nervous. I don't know why, okay? But what happened was I had my assistant manager at the time, so she was kind of like how Hayden is to you guys, okay? I had her come with me on my demo. I was terrified because she was like intimidating and she was really good. I'm like, oh, please don't rip me apart. But she came with me on my demo to help me because I hadn't been selling a lot of sets. And when I said, so do you want to get that today, Mrs. Jones? She was like, oh my gosh, why do you do that? So at the end, when we were going over the notes, she's like, Mitty, don't go like that when you ask for the order. Because it shows them that you're not confident that they can afford it. Or it shows them you're not confident that they should buy Cutco. All right, so she goes, ask for the order like this, Mandy. So would you like to get that today? All right, guess what I sold on my next appointment?
The whole set.
Homemaker. All right, so would you like to get that today? It's not being pushy, it's just being confident because people want to know that you're confident in them buying Cutco. So just ask for the order with confidence. It's not being, arrogant or aggressive. It's just being confident. So would you like to get that today? If they say no, well then we have other options too. No big deal, okay? So those are the 7 steps to a sale. So I'm going to show you guys how to, basically how to drop down. This staircase, I'm going to talk about a lot throughout your career. Okay, we use the staircase. Training, these 3 days of training are establishing the basics of the job and building from there. So this staircase is something that's really important. So if you guys want to draw this staircase, it don't have to be perfect steps, but just 4 steps like from the top down. All right, the first thing we do is we show them our most popular option first, okay? And we treat every customer the same way. So let's say that I'm gonna go to a car dealership. Let's say I wanna get a BMW, okay? And I walk in and I say, so can you show me some BMWs? Now, if they're good at their job, what do you think they'll show me first? The most expensive, the nicest. They'll say, yeah, let me show you this, Mandy. And they'll take me to the nicest, most expensive BMW. So in the BMW world, that's called the 7 Series BMW. Now what they'll let me do is they'll let me test drive it. You know, they'll let me try it out. It's the top of the line. Now let's say that I tell them it's out of my budget. All right, let's say they say, you know what, this is a little out of my budget. Even though it's really nice, I love it, it's just, it's too much for me, okay? Are they gonna go, oh, all right, well you probably don't want any BMWs. Go to Honda, they're down. Yeah, they'll go to the next one down. They'll say, you know what, you're gonna love the 5 Series, Mandy. We took out some of the stuff you probably don't need anyway from the 7 Series, but you still get this, and they'll be really excited, okay? They'll build it up, even though they're going down the stairs, okay? Next, they'll show me the 3 Series if the 5 Series was out of my budget or out of my idea of what I wanted, and then they use BMWs, okay? So what they do is they always start at the top because they're most likely to sell something down here if they start high, okay? If they start here, they're probably not going to sell anything. So they always start with their best option, or they're most likely to sell that best option if they start with that best option, if that makes sense. So this is what we call dropping down. You start with the best option first, and then you drop down from there, okay? And I put a smiley face so you guys know that every step of the way you want to be excited, okay? Why do you think you want to be excited? Even though you're going down the stairs in price, why do you think you want to be excited still and not lose
Because you're
confidence?
more likely to make a sale, even though you show them this. You end up showing them stuff that's a little bit less, but it's more affordable for them, and you end up making your sale anyways.
Yeah, so
Come out getting
Basically-
exactly what you would either way.
okay, yeah, so basically you're getting excited because you're that much closer to a sale if they say no to that one. So if you say, oh, you probably won't like this one either, then they're not. They're not going to be excited about it. So in the Cutco world, our 7 Series BMWs are Homemaker Plus 8. All right, that's the one you guys are going to start off with first. So that's our most popular. It hasn't changed in 64 years, okay? And it has everything that people use in a year. So the Homemaker Plus 8 is our most popular set. Okay, so that's everything here that you guys learned about yesterday. All these tools here with the 8 table knives, okay? And what we include in this set too is the block, cutting board, and they get a sharpener for the straight edge knives, okay? Because there are 3 straight edge knives in there. So it's just, they put the knife in and pull it through. It's really easy. Do it like once a year. All right, so that's the Homemaker. Okay, now let's say that they say, you know what? It's a little out of my budget, okay? Or it's too many knives, okay? You don't go, oh, you must not want Cutco. You must want to buy Made in China knives. No, you say, oh, you know what? I think you'll really like this set. And you take out this, which we'll go over this today and tomorrow. But then you show them it's called the Galley set, okay? It's called the Galley Plus 6. So what do you think plus 6 means?
There's just
Still little knives.
Yep, so
Table
6 of the
knives.
table knives, yep. So the Galley Plus 6. So what you do is you say, I think you'll really like this set, okay? Consumers Digest rated this our best set. What we did is we took out the stuff we thought they'd use the least. Like we took out the 9-inch carver, the carving fork, and the melon knife, but they still get all these things here. Okay, the paring knife, trimmer, spatula, petite carver, turning board, chef knife, slicer. Okay, they get all those things.
Free shears.
Actually, as a first call special, they can get the shears for free still. Isn't that cool? All right, so now I've had people who are like, you know what, Mandy, I'm not a big cook. Okay, I would say probably maybe 40% of my customers who've bought from me don't even like cooking, but they still buy because they still have to cook, okay? So these sets are great for people who aren't big cooks. These are called our starter sets, okay? So we have 6 different options for starter sets, okay? And these were designed based off of the most popular combination of knives that people wanted, okay? So we just made sets out of them by the most popular combinations of knives. So the sets that we have something called, we have the Essentials Plus 5, okay, which is the paring knife, spatula, turning fork, petite carver, and petite chef. And it comes with or without 5 table knives, okay? My friend Mike D'Ambrosio, his mom bought this one from me, okay? She already owned the trimmer, and she already owned the super shears, so she bought this set because it had stuff she didn't have already. All right, so next is the Studio Plus 4. I like to call this the I Eat But Don't Cook set, okay? It's got the paring knife, trimmer, petite carver, spatula. Comes with or without 4 table knives. My friend Sarah bought this one from me. She was a newlywed. And she's like, Mandy, that knife scares me, so I can't buy that one. But she looked at this one, she's like, oh, that's cute, I'll buy that. All right, so I don't know why it was cute, but It's cute, cute